Good morning, magnificent Arbonne women. I'm excited to have you for week 5. We're going to do a little bit differently today. We're going to try not to hop back and forth between screens. So I'm going to ask you if you have any questions, pop them in the Facebook group so I can answer them. I have my phone open. I'll answer them online live for you. A little bit more engagement in the Facebook group and hopefully a little less frustration with the technology. So we're up to week 5, as I mentioned. This one's all about building your tribe. And seeing it's the 17th, I believe, of June, we're only 13 days away from the end of the financial year. So that's 2 weeks. What are we going to do in the next 2 weeks to make this end of this financial year extremely successful for you and start you off next financial year with a bang? I always find end of financial year quite exciting, although it's just a switch over in numbers on a accounting system, really. For me, it's just like the 1st of January where you feel invigorated and ready to go again. The old one's wiped clean, the new slate's ready to go, and we're about to hit the ground running. So as a member of an Arbonne business, you'll realize that building your team is actually extremely important to your success. It's all well and good to sell a lot of products, and that's fantastic, but the way that you get the biggest gains in your business is to actually bring people into your team who will be motivated and passionate. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I know it's a struggle that a fair few of you have, so I'm looking forward to the comments and the questions as they come through. So please pop those in the Facebook group and let's get cracking. You are more incredible than you could possibly imagine. I hope by now you've printed this one out and you are starting to believe it. So today, what we're going to be learning is what is a tribe, why do you need a tribe, how to attract the people you want into your tribe, and how to repel the people you don't want in your tribe. Now, I don't know if you've ever had an energy sucker come into your group, but it is absolutely deplorable. If you attract the wrong people into your business, it's going to take so much of your time and energy and happiness. And this is a huge issue. We're going to talk later about the energy you expel from your business. But if you have an energy sucker or a negative person in your business, they can make you sad, frustrated, upset. And how do you think that affects your business as a whole and everyone else in it? So the ability to repel the wrong people is just as important as your ability to attract the right ones. So last week we talked about your herd, so the people you surround yourself with that bring you up or drag you down depending on the level of your herd. So I wanted to differentiate a tribe from a herd. So a tribe are your supporters, they're your fans, they're the people that follow you and are part of your business. For me, they're the people that you attract into your business both as your consultants, so is it your downline, and clients. And this is exceptionally important. If you have 2 or 3 really great consultants come on each month, your business is going to grow really quickly. In addition, if you have a couple of beautiful high-value clients that consistently order through you, that's going to keep not only cash flow coming in, but you're standing in the business. So it's kind of the question, do you want quality or quantity? And then what does your tribe look like? Why do you need a tribe? Well, you make more money. That's pretty much why most people get into Arbonne, because they want to make a bit of money. And if you're not in it for that reason, you might want to think about going to do some volunteer work, because that would be just as fun for you. But I think if you have the right tribe, you also have more fun. If your friends and family are your consultants and your clients, how awesome would that be? If you loved working with the people you work with legitimately, then you have a lot more fun every single day. With the right people around you and underneath you and besides you, you accelerate your success because you learn together. You also create your own momentum and you push each other to be better. So I find if I'm in a slump, I'll call someone in that I haven't seen for a while or is also running a business, and we'll do an hour of power or 2 hours of power and just punch out heaps of work sitting next to each other and getting it done. Now this accelerates my success greatly because I'm surrounded by people who are pushing me to be better. If your downline, if your consultants are doing that, you're going to have a much more high performing team than if it's just you trying to drive them. Also, having a tribe ingrains your values. You have to act in congruence or alignment with your values. We're going to talk about using your values to attract people later, but your tribe holds you to account. If you say your business is all about having fun and you're not having fun, your tribe should call you out on that and ask you to perform better, ask you to work at a different rate, ask you to have more fun in your business, because that's what you sold them in on, right? So it's your little accountability team. So you need a tribe to make more money, have more fun, accelerate your success, and be honest to yourself. So how to attract the people you want? Oh, this is the $1,000,000 question. So every single person who's building, especially a network marketing business, is reliant on attracting the right people. I'm reliant on attracting the right people into my business, not just my staff, but also clients. If I have the wrong clients, my business really struggles. They can suck the life out of you and cause you a lot of frustration, which then comes through in your business. So the best way to attract the right people is to know your purpose. And we talked about this earlier in the series. But you have to be really clear on why you're doing it. And to have more time with the children is a lovely thought, but is that really your purpose? I think you need to go deeper on that. So I know Arbonne does a lot of work around purpose, so I'm not going to go into that too much because I'm pretty sure your methodology is quite solid. But then know your mission. Now, this is your big, hairy, audacious goal. This is what you want to do, and this is something that's missing in so many of the conversations I'm having with you beautiful women, is what you actually want to achieve with it. Like, just paying the bills and maybe going on a holiday, well, that's not going to inspire anyone. Like, if you came to someone who you wanted in your team, so let's say committed, fun, passionate, outgoing, and you said, join Arbonne, I want to pay my bills and maybe go on a holiday, do you really think that's going to inspire? So maybe that's the first thing you need to think about when attracting the right people into your business. How can you inspire them? You're selling products, but in fact you're selling a lifestyle. So you need to have that mission of that lifestyle ingrained in who you are and what you're doing. The reason that some of the consultants are able to sell easily, attract easily, and ultimately live an amazing life is because they're living an amazing life. You don't need to have millions of dollars to do it, but you need to know where you're going and why you're going there and be excited about it. So then you need to know your values, and this is absolutely integral, absolutely. You need to know what you stand for and why you stand for that, because this will attract and repel. Your values pretty much determine who you hang out with. So you think of the brands you're affiliated in society. So do you like Nike? You know, Nike's values are all about health, fitness, courage, strength. Or do you resonate with Johnson & Johnson, which is caring, families? You know, if you look at the brands in your environment, you can actually see that you resonate with certain brands because of their values. And you are a brand. So Arbonne is a brand, and Arbonne will sell itself in a lot of ways, but if you want to be successful in your own right, you need to build your personal brand, which is the next one. And the foundation of your personal brand will be your values. Once you've defined your values, you can start living them with more clarity and more strength. And that is my last point of be that woman. So once you know your purpose, you know your mission, you understand your values, and you start to build a brand around it, then you need to be that woman. And we'll go into that more in a few minutes after we look at how to repel people. But my word, once you nail this stuff, your business is going to skyrocket. How to repel. Ugh, gross, Lauren, gross. The amount of arguments I have about this with people is unbelievable. So before I even get started in the content of this slide, I wanted to talk to you about the first time I received hate mail. I got an email from someone who'd been quite aggressively stalking me online. Actually, she knew my website very well. She knew my background very well. She'd been on my LinkedIn profile, on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page. And she sent me a very well articulated letter. And in that letter via email, she stated my age as an issue. She stated that I was overselling my product and it was too expensive. She didn't believe in my ability or my product. How could I do something like this in Australia? We're not in a bunch of Americans. And it just went on and on and on and on. I was very upset by that because she called me out on a few things that I'm obviously concerned about. As a woman, the fear of being found to be a fraud is one of the most powerful fears. And it really touched a chord with me on that. But I sent her an email and I said, look, thank you very much for your obvious research into who I am and what I do. It does mean a lot to me that you care enough to respond or email me. Your concerns are valid. I don't believe we're overpriced or undervalued. And if you would like to come and see what we do in person, here's a free ticket to an event that we're holding. Now, this woman came along and she hated it at the event too. She was like, what a bunch of wally. How this mindset stuff is absolute crap. And I said, you know what, that's fine. Thank you for coming along. I appreciate it. And I asked her to leave midway at the break because she was sitting there very foul. Now, great story, Lauren, I know, brilliant. But the reason I'm telling you this is she made me so happy. The fact that I could make someone so angry or dislike me so much says that my marketing and my messaging and my products are actually hitting a mark somewhere. I don't need everyone to like me. I don't want everyone to like me. It's like having 15 boyfriends. That's way too much like hard work. You only need the people who love you to love you. So you need to get comfortable with people not liking you, and you need to celebrate it when people don't like you. Because if you're just a meh, if people don't love you or they don't hate you and you're just meh and in the middle, that's so dangerous for your brand. I would rather you have 1,000 haters and 1 lover than no lovers and no haters. Standing out in your world is the most important thing for your business. So you need to get comfortable with having an opinion and standing up for things. So I want you to splash your brand everywhere. Know your purpose, know your mission, know your values, and go out there and bloody tell people. There's this company called Wake Up in America, and it's basically a finance system, and they are stupidly successful, selling a ridiculous useless product, but they don't even market the product. They just market how much fun they're having all of the time. So people just want to get involved because they see how much fun this group of people are having. and they're Instagramming and they're Facebooking and they're on the internet and they're on the TV and they're just everywhere. And I'm not saying you need to go to that extent, but start using your tools that you have available to splash your brand, your purpose, your mission, the reason you're doing it, the fun you're having, the business you're building. Like, create some excitement around what you're doing. Live your values in every single way. Call yourself out if you don't live them. Ask others to do the same thing. I put mine up in my business. I put mine up in my house. And that means that people who don't align to those values start to feel very uncomfortable very quickly. So one of my values is work freaking hard. And so if I have staff that aren't working freaking hard, they quit very quickly, not because I ask them to, but because they know they're not aligning to the brand values. And self-evaluation is a very powerful tool. So know them and put them up. Point 4 that I have here is called throw out. Now this is probably nothing what you think it's going to be. So how to repel. One of the things that we do naturally as people is to pull in. So if someone hasn't called us for a while, or something's going on, or people are saying no, or we make it all about us. What am I doing wrong? What's happening to me? What's going on? Whingy, gross. You need to learn to throw out. And throwing out will repel as well. So making it all about other people, how you can influence other people, how you can help their lives. And I know I have so many conversations with you beautiful women about how you really want to impact other people's lives. But when I dig down into these conversations, often it's driven from a source of pain or a source of frustration because you're not making the sales that you want to make. And I understand that. I understand how frustrating it can get. I mean, I went 6 months without making a single sale and hemorrhaging cash from my business. And that's because I was so desperate to make a sale that I internalized everything and brought everything in, even though I was thinking that I was throwing, but I wasn't throwing at all. So honestly, throw, don't internalize. When you talk to people, make it all about them, honestly, legitimately. And you will repel people who don't want it because they will be so uncomfortable with it being about them. But in the other way, you will attract from that because people who want to be part of your journey will jump on board really quickly because they know you care. And then this leads on to the last point. Be really excited about what you do. You'll find when you started Arbonne, some of your friends, some of your family would have gone, you are full crazy, lady. Do you know what that is? That's a cult. Da, 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 da. And they would have shut right down. And that hurts. That does hurt. But being excited about what you do will repel those people further because they don't want to be any part of it. But in the same way, I mean, all these points go to actually attracting people as well. Because if you're really excited about what you do, like really legitimately excited about what you do you think people are going to want to join you? I hope the answer is a resounding yes. Because if you think of the person that recruited you into Arbonne, were they meh? I'm using meh quite a lot, but I love the term. It's such a great way to describe a feeling. If someone came up to you and said, I've got this really great business, it's called Arbonne, and I think you'd be really good at it, and it gives you more time and makes you more money, but I'm not making any money, and I'm really frustrated by it, and frankly, I'm questioning whether I even want to do it or not. Do you think that's going to inspire? So you need to legitimately start loving what you're doing and don't just give that lip service, but really do it. And this means getting excited about making calls, getting excited about following up on emails. You need to start freaking loving what you do. It's so important. All right. Enough of a lecture, Lauren. Let's go into how. How do I do it? You build a personal brand. You are your most important asset. I tell everyone this. I know I'm in self-development, so I rely on people investing in themselves to make a living, but it is 100% true. Your mindset, who you are, what you offer, is the only thing that sets you apart from anyone else in the world. So what do you stand for? Now, don't be afraid to have these conversations. I'm highly Christian, and I will have a lot of conversations based on that. I have firm opinions on things like abortion and gay marriage that might not fly in society, but I happily stand for that. I don't go out on Sundays. I don't eat at restaurants because I think everyone should have a day off. I stand for that. People think I'm crazy. My workshops are run on a Friday and Saturday. People think I'm crazy because I have to take a day off work, and I lose a lot of business because of that. I'm okay for that because that's what I stand for. I believe in work-life balance. That's what I stand for. I believe in fun. That's what I stand for. What I don't want to stand for is a lot of things, and I know just as clearly on what I don't want to stand for as what I do want to stand for. I don't want to stand for positive thinking. I don't want to stand for hippie self-development. Like, there's so many people out there that can do that. If you want to learn to meditate effectively, I'll send you to some monks. But when you want to start taking action, you come to me. So building my personal brand, I know exactly what I want and what I don't want to stand for. So you need to understand who you are and what you want to stand for. And get aggressive about it. I mean, don't fight people, but stand up for it. If something comes up on Facebook you don't agree with, be happy to say something. Get rid of the need for everyone to like you and start being proud of who you are as a person. You're amazing. No one else has what you have. Your brain is your brain. Start being grateful for it and using it for its ability rather than what everyone else thinks that you need to use it for. And then how you want the world to perceive you is the next point, and that's really, really important. Now, your personal brand. Oh, I've got a great story of a guy that was promoted in one of the businesses I worked in, and he was useless, but he would tell everyone that he could do things really good. And that's not even an English sentence. It's a terrible sentence. But he told everyone so often, his catch cry was, "I do things really good." And I asked someone, why did he get promoted? And he goes, I don't know, he just does things really good. And I'm like, this man has brainwashed all these people into believing his own bull. I couldn't believe it. But he told everyone so often that it started to believe. That reticular activating system that we were talking about around your fears and your beliefs and how it finds evidence in the environment, you can do the same thing to other people. Now, every time I coach and someone goes, wow, thank you, I say, you're welcome, I'm very good at my job. And then so now when people come to me, they say, oh, I heard you're really good at your job. And I'm like, yes, I am. Now, that was important to me because my integrity was on the line early on because I'm quite young. So how do you want the world to perceive you? So do you want to be the face cream queen? Do you want to be the business building champion? Do you want to be the freeing mothers from having to go back to work woman? What do you want to be perceived as? What are you famous for? What is your rock star status? And then you build a catch cry from that. So that one sentence that everyone can repeat about you for the rest of your life. So I'm really good at my job. You could be, I care about mums. Or men, I'm the man-skinned woman. I don't know, like come up with something that's real to you. And then develop your wow. So what are you going to do to wow your customers? And this isn't just your normal standard stuff. So for example, before strategy sessions, I'll send a text to people and say, hey, just looking forward to our strategy session. And here's a nice quote. You know, or you might send something in the mail, but not necessarily an Arbonne thing. Maybe it's, I don't know, something you found in a newsagent. Or maybe you take a photo of something and send it to them in a text message saying how grateful you are to have them in your life. I don't know, but Building a wow factor into your business will help you set yourself apart. And then number 6, ladies, I'm going to hammer you with this. Your routine. We did a whole week on routine, and I'm having so many conversations with you about your lack of routine. Build a routine. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be a lot of stuff. It can be 2 things a day. But have a process and a strategy that you follow with every client. Don't just date them for a little while and then let them off the hook. And don't hammer them with emails either. You need to understand that people will need 7 contacts before they buy off you normally. So how are you regularly catching up with people, and how are you making that part of your routine so it doesn't become stressful? Do you have a calendar you put things in? Do you schedule things in an Excel spreadsheet? Do you know how you follow people up? Do you have a workshop that you run regularly? Like, what are you doing as part of your routine that's going to get you regular results? Build it. Do that. It's going to be the difference in your business. And then your competitive advantage. What's the golden nugget you offer to people? Now, it doesn't have to be big. You know, our competitive advantage is that we do a lot of one-on-one time because we believe clients need personal attention. Most of our competitors only do online products, CDs, DVDs, etc., etc. We do a lot of workshops. We do a lot of catch-ups. We do a lot of coffee dates. What's your competitive advantage? What do you offer? Well, it's not price because you're an expensive product, but is it service? But what about the service? Really answer these questions. I want you to go through this presentation again and pause on this slide and answer these questions because it is so important for you to build your business into what you want it to be. Do you like the element of branding here with the balls and my circle? It's nice, isn't it? I like it too. So build the energy. I'm running out of time, but that's okay. Be the person who will attract these people you're wanting to try into your tribe. Seriously, you have to be excited about your job. You have to love what you do. You have to legitimately throw out in everything that you do. And I know it's hard when you're not making money. I know it's hard when you're not enjoying yourself that much because it seems stressful. But if you can train your brain and train your body to enjoy it and accept money into your life rather than chase money, you'll actually start enjoying your work more and attracting better people into your business. And then use social media. You've got it all. Don't just sell. Don't just offer things. Don't just say, we've got a really great product this week, come check it out. But sell your lifestyle. Be like, working from home, loving it, spending time with my kids. Look at my wonderful makeup. Oh my goodness, learning how to use eye cream. Don't constantly peddle your products, but educate your market. Show your market what's possible. Show your market what's available to you. Like, I'm a fan of Debbie Loughnane on Facebook, and she's off in Paris at the moment, having a great time. She's getting her kitchen renovated, having a great time. All these things are real to her, but they make people want to join her or see how she's become successful. Now, you might not have a new kitchen or a trip to Paris, but you could have a beautiful flower growing in your backyard. You could be cooking a delicious meal and able to start it at 3 p.m. because you didn't have to work. You could be having a party with a whole bunch of girls trying on new products, but you're not even talking about the products, just having a good time. This is important because people are going to buy your lifestyle. Use social media. Get on Instagram, get on Facebook, get on Twitter, and have a bit of fun. Like, you don't have to do it every single day, but start building that personal brand. People don't come to you for you to know absolutely everything. You don't have to be the product guru. You don't have to have done a million things. They're going to come to you because they like your energy. So I need you to be confident in that. A lot of people are telling me that they're not that confident in recruiting people because they don't know enough. My darling, you know enough. If you know enough that you want to help them and you want to care for them and you are willing to learn with them, that is more than enough. Because I can tell you now, you could know everything, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So you can pat it on the way, and that's more important. Be confident in what you have to offer. You're amazing. You've already been in this business for a while. You're growing it, and you want to grow it more. Your passion, your enthusiasm, your commitment will do more to build your tribe than your knowledge. One last quick story before I log off for the day, but when I was 23, I took on a role as an international program manager for an IT rollout. So I rolled out an IT system through Asia, Pacific and Australia. I project managed it, I IT supported it, I trained all the 480 staff on how to use it in small group trainings and trained the trainer environments. I travelled all over Asia, Pacific and Australia to do this, and I did it alone. And I did a really freaking good job for what I had available to me. If that job came up now, there's no way in this earth I would take it on, because now I know how much it requires and don't feel unqualified. So there's something to be said for crazy enthusiasm and dumb energy. Don't think you need to know all the things. Just be willing to go out and give it a shot. I mean, I would never have given that a shot now, and I would never have had that under my belt, but I just thought, hey, it can't be that hard, right? And I did it. And I know a lot of people have said when they started Arbonne they were a lot more successful than they are 6 months down the track, because now they realise just how much they didn't know. So just be confident, and I know that's a bit suck eggs, but give it a shot. And then the last question, as always, is how badly do you want it? Success is not about what you accomplish in your life. It's about how you inspire others. And that's your job in building your tribe, is to inspire others. I know you can do it. I know this has been a very heavy training, but it is available for you to rewatch. You've got all the skills you need. You have you, and you're your most important asset. Every single one of you are different. Stop towing the standard line and start building your own personal brand and see what it does. Have a wonderful day, ladies. I would love to see some comments and some questions on the Facebook page as we go through the week to see your personal brands grow. And just like everything in life, confidence is going to be the foundation of this success. So whatever you do, make sure you be courageous. Have a wonderful day, ladies.